What do you think your life would have been अगर आपने divorce नहीं लिया होता?
So, saying that I was under black magic, Vashikaran that they call.
For new couples or for people in marriages, what is the sign they should look for that, their relationship is having issues?
So the first sign is, but please ensure when you sleep in the night you lock the door.
वेलकम टू कुछ बातें ऐसी भी। मैं हूँ हनी
और मैं हूँ रेनू।
यहाँ हम आपके लिए लाते हैं रियल स्टोरीज, करेज की, रिजिलियंस की और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की।
आज हम शेयर कर रहे हैं नीता मेंडिट की कहानी, एक ऐसी औरत जो सालों तक टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप में थी।
उसने अपने बच्चों की खातिर खुद को संभाला, अपनी लाइफ नए सिरे से शुरू की और एक ट्रू विनर बन के निकली।
ये कहानी है स्ट्रेंथ की, होप की और नई शुरुआत की। तो बने रहिए हमारे साथ और सुनिए नीता की ये इंस्पायरिंग जर्नी। Hi Neeta, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Renu.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Same here.
So Neeta, tell us, आपकी पहली मीटिंग कैसी थी आपके हस्बैंड के साथ?
So my arranged marriage है। तो पहली मीटिंग एक कैफे में हुआ था। He had come to near my office where I was working. My dad had met him first at his office, and Dad did the initial screening, and where he felt everything was fine, that this guy is a proper match. He told us about it, and then he said, why don't you all meet? So we didn't have the typical, shosara where all the families meet. वो concept था ही नहीं. Dad was much forward in this. तो हम दोनों ही मिले वो कैफे में, दोनों से बातचीत हुई. Both felt this was right for both of us. And then I came home and I said, yes, this is fine. We can go ahead.
What was the reason behind your yes?
So he was earning, good to look at.
Very important.
What?
Right? Very important.
And he was staying in a rental flat, but Bombay में रह रहे थे, educated in Mangalore, but he was staying by himself here. His parents, everybody was in native place. He had his brother staying with him at that point of time. There was no reason to say no. Everything seemed fine. There was no problem. I was the person who wanted to work. He was fine with it. He said, yes, you have to work. I don't want a wife who's gonna stay at home. So he was very clear about it that I have to have a career. So everything was absolutely fine. So what more do you require, right?
I agree. So how was your life initially in the first few years of your marriage, which is called the honeymoon period?
Honeymoon period, yes. Honeymoon period was absolutely fine. Initial 5-6 years was very good. I mean, he was working at that point of time. He started his own business. Business was flourishing very well. In 3 years' time after our marriage, in the 4th year, we shifted to our new flat here in Andheri itself. Bought our own flat. So everything was going well. I was doing well in my corporate life. I got a baby girl also, my first child after 1.5 years of marriage. We had everything that, a normal upper middle class family requires. A 2 BHK flat, all the amenities in the house, daughter going to a very good school. Everything was going absolutely well. We had our own vehicle, everything was there.
Oh, that is nice. So when it started, showing signs of some issue?
So maybe 6 years down the line of our marriage, things suddenly started going downhill. He was becoming disinterested in his business. He would come up with various excuses not to go to office. He would be saying, I'm unwell, I have this pain, that pain. He would be lying around in the house. Maybe it was a depression, but I did not know that. Depression at that point of time, in our time, was not a word people spoke about. We never knew there was something like depression. Now it is a very known thing.
And people usually hide that.
Yeah, people hide. And neither was I aware. Maybe that was the reason. But he became very disinterested. And slowly the business started going down. He was not getting involved into anything, neither with my elder daughter. I had only one child at that point of time. He was not interested in what was going on in her life. He was not interested in going on what was going on in my life. And neither was he interested in ensuring that his life gets back on track. So slowly things started going downhill from there.
What was the point or what was the incident where you thought, beyond this I will not tolerate? Or
so for many years, as I said, things started going down. There would be a lot of fights in the house. He would start becoming abusive in his talks. Abusive in the sense, not bad language, not abusive words. But yes, trying to put you down, trying to show you down, humiliating you, insulting you, getting angry on small things, pulling you up on small matters. And it didn't stop at me. It also was on my elder daughter. I had a second daughter. After almost, I think the gap between my elder and the younger one is 8 years plus. So it's a big gap. And I went in for a second child because he wanted me to have a second child, and that is why I went in. And I was very happy with one daughter. So that also happened, but things were not improving. It just was going bad and bad and bad. I decided to do my own setup because I realized I had to be more involved in my kids. I would go in the morning, otherwise coming the night. Children were bearing the brunt of his behavioral, problems that were there at home. I realized I have to be more for them. So I started my own setup because flexi time. But that also didn't help. It was not, improving in any manner. It slowly turned into, the stars and the planets, astrology, stones, all these sort of things happened. Then it went into people doing black magic. Somebody is trying to do jadoo tona on him or on the family, and that's why things are not improving. I still bore with it. But finally, there came a day when he suddenly got this thought in his head that the house that we were staying in was not Vastu compliant. And that is not allowing him to prosper. That was not allowing his business to prosper. And that is what is creating problem in our lives. And he wanted to just sell that flat and move away from there. That is when I decided I can't take this decision because this is not what is gonna be the right decision for us.
Uprooting your whole family.
There is nothing there for me. How do I just move out of flat based on somebody's, talks, whims and fancies, and I have no idea whether he's gonna do anything out of it. And I would move out from a location where I had my entire support system, my kids' support system, my parents were around. I had people on whom I can depend, and how do I just walk out from that situation and go somewhere with no idea what we were going to do with our life? So that is when I got his family members involved. Majorly my mother-in-law came in to, ensure, to see what was wrong and why was he behaving the way he was behaving.
Now, emotional abuse, physical abuse is it can be seen. Emotional abuse, we don't know the limit to what terms as emotional abuse and what is our general day-to-day fight.
True.
So please just comment on that.
So I agree. Physical abuse, if there was any physical abuse in our relationship, I would have walked off. Okay, long time back. I would not even have waited.
Exactly.
So that no one, I think we women who are educated will not take that shit. Some people still do, but I was not one of those people. Emotional abuse is very difficult to identify.
Correct.
Everybody has got their own limits or own thought processes about it. I think I had a very strong constitution, so I could take a lot of it. But I never realized it was emotional abuse. I just thought that sometimes, human beings go through a trend where everything goes down in their life. You have to just wait it out. Things will change. साढ़े साथी बहुत famous है हमारे Hindu astrology में. ये साढ़े साथी का भी काम होता है कि when people at that point of time, everything falls flat. So I decided, okay, you have to give time, give chance. But when the talks, the behavior, the entire bullshit that was happening in the house was also affecting my kids because it was not limited to me. Slowly, my children were being pulled into this whole issue that he was creating in the house, and they were having a very traumatized life. They would be very scared, fearful. They would wait for me to come from office because they just felt their life had come to a standstill. घर पे आए मतलब standstill था. They couldn't call their friends home. They were just not able to have a free life. My mates were going through a lot of problems. They were my good support system. Even though, the situation at home was bad, they just stuck around. Just seeing that me and my kids required that support, they just stuck around. They just didn't leave and walk away. They could have walked away, but they just stayed and helped me. But I decided this can't go on. Till where? Because even I used to dread coming home. I knew the moment I entered the house, there would be a barrage of things that I would hear. All negative, all vicious, all toxic. How long can you take it? And I would see my kids there, just waiting. Khana khao, bedroom mein jaake baitho. Bahar kuch karna nahi hai because you do not know what this person is gonna talk. It was too much. I realized I just can't go on now. This has to come to an end.
So when you actually filed for your divorce, what was your... I'm sure the family already knew that there was issue with the relationship. Right. How was your husband's reaction? What was your husband's reaction when you actually filed for the divorce?
So, my family, my parents got involved, tried to mediate in this whole issue. But we realized nothing was working. I gave it 2-3 months time to see if something would change. But nothing was changing. So, when I spoke to my family, they said, look, this doesn't make sense. You cannot keep going on like this. You have to take a legal decision. Because for how long? You will move out. But again, it is going to create the same problem for you. So they said, why don't you speak to a divorce lawyer, a family lawyer, a lawyer who handles family cases. So I was given a reference and I went and met the lady. And she heard my entire story and she said, there is no other thing for you.
Option.
You have to cut off because this is going to create a lot of problem for you and your kids are getting affected. So, did I sit across the table and speak with my husband? No, because the communication had completely broken by then. There was no communication. I was silent at home. I would not open my mouth to talk. He was not in town. He was at his native town with his parents. I went to the court. I filed the papers and the papers were filed to him in his native town itself. It was a big shock. He did not expect that I would be doing something of this sort. And still, even at that point of time, I recall, he still thought that somebody had poisoned my mind to take this step. Yes. और किसी ने मेरे पे जादू टोना किया था, ये भी बात हो चुकी थी कि मेरे पे जादू टोना किया है, इस कारण से मैं ये कर रही हूँ.
What were the pressures you faced from society? As in general, the distrust, the rumors, people talk about you. How was it? Was it bad?
No. Frankly, my case, it was very different. I think because he himself was a very difficult person, the people at large knew how he was. Okay. So there was no surprise when the matter actually came out and people got to know that I have filed for a divorce. I had to let people know because I was staying in the same flat even after filing the papers because I was advised don't leave the flat. But I knew it can create problem. Police bhi aa sakti hai, kuch bhi ho sakta hai. I had to ensure that the society, the committee, people knew that I had taken this step because tomorrow if he tries to do something with the flat, I had to ensure that my security, my kids' safety was taken care of. So I had divulged it. And everybody took it with a pinch of salt. They realized that whatever I had done, there was a good reason. And that after so many years of whatever I must have borne, it was the right decision. So no one cross-questioned me. They took me at face value. And whatever support I needed from them at whatever point of time, giving them a letter saying that the flat should not be at any point of time. You should not, if a no objection letter usually lete hai rent karne ke liye, lease karne ke liye, ya sell karne ke liye. Without my signature, it should not happen. All these letters I had to give the society to safeguard my interests and my children's interests. Everybody supported me at that point. Everyone.
Were there any, on a legal standpoint, issues that you faced during the process of divorce?
Yeah. So the moment the divorce papers are filed, obviously he just couldn't take this. So he would file a case in the police station saying that I was under black magic, Vashikaran that they call, and that somebody had tried to physically abuse me and that is why they are trying to put this pressure on me to take this step. He had gone to all that extent. His thoughts had become so vicious. I have gone to the police station. Never in my life I had stepped into a police station. But I had to go and meet the police guys. I had to tell them what the case was. And amazingly, you hear such horror stories about when you go to the police station, how they would behave with you. But amazingly, I do not know what, but they realized what I was saying. It was completely the truth. In fact, the senior police inspector at Oshiwara police station at that point of time, he told me that I agree you're staying in the flat with your children with him and you are in a separate room. But please ensure when you sleep in the night, you lock the door. Please ensure that you safeguard it. I was wondering, these people who usually, how is it that they are coming out in support? And they just heard me. I was meeting them for the first time and they just heard me. He even filed it in the CBI. There is a particular cell for women, for ensuring women's safety. I don't recall the name of the cell. I got a call from the CBI. It's at Crawford Market. I even went there with my friend. And the same thing, the same letter he had given saying this is what it is. Somebody has asked. Yes. And he also met me. He said, I don't know what you plan to do. Your case is on. This is a civil matter. I just want to, advise you to take care of yourself and your children. We will send a report to the authorities saying that there is nothing. It's a civil matter. Matter is in the court. It's under a divorce case. It will be decided by the court itself. We are not getting involved. So all this stuff was happening. And believe me, now when I think about it, at that point of time, I think I didn't even divulge this to my parents. When I had these calls, the police station, the CBI. My parents never knew till many years later after the divorce was filed and it was passed is when I told them. My mom, dad had, he had expired during this process. But my mom, my sister, I told her actually what I had to go through. And frankly, I had such good friends in my life, who just stood with me and who came with me to all these places. So I was able to go through it. So yes, there were too many things that happened during that legal process. But by God's grace, everything.
So girl needs very good friends also.
Yeah. Arey, definitely. I always tell God, you in life, something closes, something else opens. My relationship might have gone bad, but I had so many friends around me when they really stood there, and you realize these are your true friends in your life. Family.
But friends who need finances as well. You need to be
Yes.
financially independent.
Correct.
Or it is going to be super easy. It means things get better if you're financially independent to take such a step,
Very true.
right?
Yes, very true. See, what scares any woman to move out of a relationship, a bad relationship, an abusive relationship? It is, how do I take care of myself and my kids? If you have a family that is affluent and is ready to take care of you, that's a different thing. You have a skill set. Maybe you have left it, but you can still try.
Rejoin.
Rejoin. But it will take time, and you do not have that confidence. Just because of a bad relationship, your confidence as it is down.
Yes.
Okay, trying to get into a world and trying to again start from scratch and having to face all those people, different people again, is very daunting, and it becomes very difficult for a female to think about it, and just that thought pulls her down. For me, luckily, because I always had a career, though I had taken a gap of a year and a half in between for after my second daughter's birth, but I always ensured that I was occupied. I was working. I was financially independent. I had no option because he was not taking care at home. So I had to ensure I was managing the entire finances. So I was already financially independent. So for me to take that step, it was very easy. I simply had to take mentally a step that yes, I want to cut this relation off.
So we've heard good stories about the celebration that followed, the cake and the champagne. Tell us more about it.
So, as I said, my friends were the biggest support that I had at that point of time. And my divorce period, the entire period from the time I filed until I got the degree, was 6 years. And they'd seen what I was going through that 6 years. So they also lived a part of that 6 years along with me. My going to the hearings, coming back, looking down, feeling, sordid on the day when nothing happens, nothing moves, hearing him talk nonsense in the court and come back here with that sad face and then trying to pump me up. But they knew what I was going through, and they were also desperate that I get out, it finishes, and I, get the final sort of a end to this whole a closure to this whole thing. So when the day after I informed my mom, my sister, and I sent a message in my friends group saying it's done, I've got the degree, the divorce is final, the congratulations obviously came in. It had to come in, though I know some of them said this is very odd to say a congratulations for an event like this, but we know what you have gone through, so for us it makes sense to say congratulations. And then we said, let's just meet today evening. We just want to meet you. And when I met up with them, we exchanged good words, hugs, tears, that finally it's over for you. And then we said, why not meet up at a friend's place? They said, let's just meet. एक आधा घंटा मिल लेते हैं. वहाँ बैठते हैं. यहाँ पब्लिक प्लेस में खड़े रह के बात करने का मतलब नहीं है. वहाँ मिलते हैं. तो मिले. तो मेरे लिए सरप्राइज था. केक ऑर्डर किया गया था कि तुम्हारा न्यू बर्थडे है ये. Cut karo cake. The new beginnings. Cake, and a friend of mine, who was very vocal and always had my back. Had told me, about 3-4 years before that, I have got a champagne bottle. वो open नहीं करने वाली मैं. तुम्हारा divorce हो जाए, final हो जाए, मैं open करूँगी. Every time I would go and come from that court hearing, she would say, champagne open करना है? नहीं यार, अभी नहीं. तो वो champagne भी bottle आ गया. उस दिन केक के साथ हमने शैंपेन भी एंजॉय किया. So that's what friends are,
Yes, 6 years you waited.
I agree.
So we've seen you now. You seem happier than, because we have known you for a long time.
Yes.
So I've seen you happier than ever. What do you think your life would have been अगर आपने divorce नहीं लिया होता?
So in the same situation, as I said, I can't think of a life. I don't think I would have stuck in that life. I would have moved out one day or the other. He only ensured that, he fast-tracked it by his behavior. But I would have moved out one day or the other. I would not have taken this sort of a, abusive relationship anymore. So I don't think about it. Hota kya? I've stopped. It's gone. That chapter is closed for me. I don't think about it. It took me time. It really took me time to come out of it. But now it is over. I've forgiven him. I don't have any hatred for him anymore. So it's off. I'm absolutely clean now.
So tell us, वापस से are you ready to take the plunge into a relationship?
Of course, it's not that I'm not averse to somebody entering my life. मैरिज तो सोचा नहीं है. I don't think so. Marriage is what I want to do. एक बार कर लिया बहुत है, वो जी लिया है, समझ में आ चुका है. Finally, it's just one document, right? Somebody gives you a certificate saying कि ये marriage है. It's finally a meeting of the minds that matter. So yes, companion मिलेगा. I'm very ready. I am definitely looking forward to have someone in my life. When, कब होगा पता नहीं. Am I actively looking out? No. Because I think if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
If I'm supposed to like a person, I will like a person. It will automatically happen. So किसी को मिलना जबरदस्ती, get onto Tinder or Bumblebee or whatever other dating sites are there. I don't think so. It'll be very false. It'll be very fake. Because you have this in your mind कि तुम मिल रहे हो किसी को with the thought process, is this the person in my life? When I know I'm not going to get married again. So why that? Let it be natural. Maybe I will meet someone. Naturally होने.
I agree. But कैसा लग रहा है वापस से single ready to mingle वाला status लेकर?
Actually अच्छा लगता है because अभी other than your responsibilities like your kids, settling them down, other than that, there is nothing that I have to be bothered about. I can take my own decisions. Of course, my kids are a part of that life, but I am not bound to, hear to what they have to say. When you have a companion, you have to respect that person in your life, right?
Yes.
You have to take their
His
interests.
views.
Yes, his views, everything. That is normal. Just like you expect him to take your views. But I am free. I can decide what I want to do. जाना है, नहीं जाना है, किससे बात करना है, कहीं कहाँ, कितने देर तक लेट बैठना है, ये कोई रोक टोक नहीं है. मैं अपना डिसीजन खुद कर सकती हूँ. हाँ, पेनफुल कभी कभी है कि sometimes you require a companion to talk to, a partner with whom you can share,
Discuss.
that is not there. Yeah, friends have their own lives. एक फ्रेंडशिप के भी अलावा एक लेवल होता है जहाँ फ्रेंड्स नहीं इंटरफियर कर सकते.
I agree.
एक पार्टनर ही चाहिए जिसके साथ आपका वो मिलन हो, जो माइंड सेट हो. वो ऑफ कोर्स कभी कभी होता है कि होना चाहिए था कोई. अगर कोई होता तो ये मैं शेयर कर लेती या किसी से एडवाइस ले लेती या उसका भी राय सुन लेती. So sometimes taking decisions on your own also is difficult. But am I repenting it? No.
Now the final question, Neeta, for new couples or for people in marriages, what is the sign they should look for that their relationship is having issues?
So the first sign is breaking down of communication. When communication starts, when you stop communicating with each other, or it goes down, or
it becomes one-sided.
You know there is something wrong. That is the first alarm bell. You have to look out for these signs. I was busy in my life. He was busy in his life. I never realized that the communication between us was slowly going down. That he was getting into a shell, which if maybe, I do not know. I'm just saying, maybe if I had intervened very early, maybe something could have been done. So somewhere I also must be at fault because I didn't allow it to go in that manner. I was too busy doing what I was doing. So breaking down of communication is the first thing. Second, change in behavior when your spouse. It can happen either ways. When your spouse starts misbehaving with you, puts you down, insults you in public, not on one-on-one, tries to put blame on you, is when you know that there is something wrong in it. If that behavior was not there from the initial stage and it slowly creeps in, then either the person, there is some problem which is now coming out, or this relationship is going downhill. You either have to take steps to repair it, or then take a decision कि ये निभेगा कि नहीं.
Okay.
So on a happier note, now you're having fun, enjoying yourself.
Oh yes.
So how do you spend your days?
I am an avid movie watcher. OTT, I read a lot. I do doodling. My kids are there around me, and I'm with my mom. So we have
it's
our
a
own,
happy
yes,
picture
it's a
now.
happy place. It's a happy place. My house is a happy place. We have friends who come over, kids, friends who come over. They like to come over and spend time with us. So my house is somewhere where everyone can come, chill, and go. There's no rock talk.
This is how it should be.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much, Neeta.
Thank you, Neeta.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
both
you so
of
much.
Thank you.
नीता की जर्नी एक प्रूफ है कि चाहे लाइफ कितनी भी टफ हो, एक नई शुरुआत हमेशा पॉसिबल है.
अगर ये स्टोरी आपको इंस्पायर करे तो प्लीज लाइक, सब्सक्राइब और शेयर करें ताकि हम आपके लिए हर सैटरडे ऐसी ही पावरफुल स्टोरीज ला सकें.
Follow us on Instagram @batein aisi bhi. अगर आपके पास कोई स्टोरी है जो आप दुनिया तक पहुंचाना चाहते हैं तो हमें लिखिए batein@gmail.com पर।
See you next time with another inspiring journey. Until then, take care, keep believing in नई शुरुआत.
बाय।
Bye bye.